Okay, Pop, let's go though.
But when we got up there to hung down, and that Army quartermaster unit, well, they was anxious to load out as we were to get loaded. And I was just wandering around while the trucks were loaded. And to me, there's nothing in the world that's ever had the aroma of a bakery. And I could smell fresh baked bread somewhere or another.
And when's the last time you had any fresh baked bread before that?
Hell, Camp Del Mar there in California, I
Wow.
guess. But I found that bakery. It was in a tent. I forgot what was in a tent of the building. But anyway, I went to it, and the baker was a master sergeant. And he started pulling the bread out and was cooling his ovens down so he could get them loaded. And I asked him, I said, how about a loaf of that bread? He said, how many do you want? I said, how many can I get? He said, I'll give you all of them you want. I said, I've got the bread here. I don't have any need for them. I said, hold on a minute. Let me go get a couple of duffel bags. So I went and found me a couple of those duffel bags, about yay high, so big around, kind of a plastic kind of thing. I said, I want to carry enough back for our company. He said, you get all you want. So I loaded those blame duffel bags down, boy, with every blame loaf I could get in it, and found me one of those big cans of strawberry jam.
Oh
About
my
that
God.
big, so high, you know. And when we got in the truck and started loading, because knew good and well we had plenty of time to get back to Ham Hung. Hell, I ate bread and jam going on back to Ham Hung. We got on back to Ham Hung, and I got out of the truck. They were going on, I forgot where the trucks were going to unload that stuff at some Army unit somewhere now. So I went on over and I found the mess hall. Master Sergeant Riff was the mess sergeant. He was the same one that we had at Courthouse Bay, Camp Machine.
Really?
Riff, I said, Riff, did you give us some fresh baked bread? He said, hell yes. I said, how many loads? I gave him both of those double bags full of bread. So
Wow.
we ate fresh bread that night.
Wow.
But somewhere or another, the day after I was relieved, I never had a chance to talk to Mr. Tidwell. Forgotten what happened. I don't. And the next morning, after I'd gone up to Ham Hung, an LSD came in. That was a landing ship dock. They were bigger than the LSTs. You could drive in on those. And Bill Aycock found me, the executive officer. He said, come on, I want you to go with me. We're going to load on that LSD half of H&S platoon and go back to Mason, and the rest of them will follow us on down. So I went on with him.
Now, was Tidwell your platoon lieutenant at the time?
No, again, Mr. Tidwell he was my old platoon sergeant,
Right.
but I didn't have a job then, nothing.
Oh.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I went on that LSD with ACOP, and I've forgotten, it was late in the afternoon when we boarded, and I've forgotten what they had for supper that night on that LSD, but they had a Navy crew. But somebody had told me that they had the freshwater showers. I said, the hell with eating supper. I'm gonna take me a good hot shower. So I took a damn shower. And I don't know, it was maybe a couple of days before Christmas Eve that we got back down to Mason, or it may have been the day before Mason. We pulled in there with that LSD and we unloaded, we went ashore and everything. And I was the only staff NCO that came back, so I had a whole tent by myself. And Mom and Daddy and Annie and Swain and Ree and all of them had sent me some Christmas packages and stuff, but I didn't want to open them. I was going to wait and open them Christmas morning. So Christmas Eve night after supper, maybe a half dozen of us were around one of the tables in the mess pen, and the messmen were cleaning up everything, and ACOT came in. Said, come on with me, I want you to go up to the office with me. I said, all right. So I went on up there at the office, we went on in, he said, have a seat. Went over there across the desk and sat down. He looked in the desk drawer and pulled out a couple of coffee cups and a fifth of liquor. Well, I had never drunk much liquor at that time, but he poured them both over half full. He said, "Have a drink." I sipped on it. He said, "I got something to tell you." I said, "What?" He said, "I just got a call from Captain Hamlet. Your buddy got killed this morning." I said, "Who?" He said, "Mr. Tidwell." And man, my damn feet were slapped down from underneath me because I don't know of any NCO and officer that got along in the Marine Corps like Tidwell and I did. I mean, we were good friends, and he was a good friend of the platoon, and the platoon respected him as an officer, but they respected him as a friend also. So shit, we sat there and drank that damn liquor. And I asked Bill Aycock, I said, "What in the world happened to that?" He said, "I don't know." Said the only thing Captain Hamlet said when he talked to me was to tell you that your buddy got killed this morning, and he would let us know what happened when he get back in here. So found out. So they found out they weren't coming in on Christmas Day. They came in the day after Christmas. Well, hell, I was standing down there on the beach when the tractor started coming in, and Captain Hamlet came in on the lead tractor. And he called out to me. He said, I want you to take the 3rd platoon until I can get a replacement officer." Yeah, good enough, nice. So our tractor started coming off, and I showed them where to park and everything, and showed them where our tents were. I said, "Go on and unload your gear and assemble. I want to talk to y'all." I said, when they came back out, I said, "All right, now what the hell happened?" Said, "We tried to tell Mr. Tidwell that one tractor had already gone on out to the LST. So Mr. Harris and the staff started and told him to go on out, go on out and go on board the tractor. Mr. Tidwell didn't believe it. He thought the tractor was still up in Hung Dam itself, and during the meantime, the Corps of Engineers had come in and put explosives on all the supplies and shit that were left there. And they blew it. Their whole damn kit and caboodle blew up every damn thing there. Nobody ever heard anything else from Tidwell. Well, I reckon it was a couple of days later, we got in a first lieutenant. He was a reserve first lieutenant. He was a little bit older than we were. He may have been pushing 30. Mr. Tidwell was a year younger than I was. Well, he was a hell of a nice fella. He was a whole lot like Mr. Tidwell. He didn't know doodle from squat about an Amtrak, but he was eager to learn and listen to everybody. But he had been there about a week. He didn't come down one morning. Everybody else had gone to work. Everybody was on the tractors working, breaking track or whatever needed to be done. And he came down there and he said, "How about assembling all the men?" I got them all together. I said, "All right, gather around." He said, "All right now," he said, "I've been to the battalion commander and been to the company commander." He said, "I don't want to be over here any more than any of y'all do. But if I've got to be over here, I want to be somewhere where I'm needed." He said, "Now I would put this platoon up against any platoon in the battalion, just like it is right now." He said, "No one will ever take Mr. Tidwell's place." And I told both of them, the battalion commander and the company commander both, I said, "Now, if you want to do anything, you can split that platoon up, scatter them out. But the best thing you can do is leave them alone and let them do the job, and they'll get it done." And I kept the platoon from then on until I got back.
And so there was no platoon leader. You were.
Didn't ever get a platoon leader. I was active.
Let me let the dog in. Wow. All right. James. Yeah, come on. I've heard you, but this is too. Alright, so after Tidwell, you were the active platoon leader.
Yeah, and from that and on, every time an officer that was a platoon leader would leave, they didn't bring in an officer to take his place. The platoon leader kept the platoon.
Platoon sergeant? In your platoon?
Yeah, in our company.
In your company.
You know, the platoon sergeant kept the platoon.
Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could.
But I was darn lucky, because I had, in our platoon, I had a whole lot of them that I'd served with at Camp Lejeune. And I was acting platoon sergeant then when I was a buck sergeant. So I knew them and they knew me, and they knew that I gave them the responsibility to get the job done.
Well, they trusted
That
you
was
too.
all I was interested in, doing a damn job.
Yeah, but they trusted you, and
Yeah.
that, you know what? I mean, the level of people. No, not the level. The character of kids these days.
Yeah. They wouldn't do it.
Well,
I don't know.
No.
Some of them would.
yeah, not enough to make a platoon in the whole friggin' outfit. Okay.
But you know, I tell you what, I've got all respect for these fellas in special ops now. I've been down, that is an entire different breed from any damn thing
Yep.
else.
Yeah, the cream has risen to the top.
That's right. And
All right.
leave them alone and let them do their blame job, but back them. But that's the thing is, the brass does not, they cover their own ass.
Ever
and that's
since
the only
Vietnam.
thing they're interested in.
Vietnam.
From,
Okay.
from Lieutenant Colonel up, nobody gives a hoot except their own butt.
That's right,
That's
except for
all
their own
they
OERs. Okay, listen. Wow, this is incredible. Okay, so so where are you now? Where are we in Korea?
We'd gone back to Mason.
So you're in Mason?
We weren't doing anything. We weren't doing a damn thing then. Breaking track. We were getting the track. Well, hell, I'd say that was the day after Christmas. I'd say by mid-January, our tractors were in better shape than they had been in, my Lord, way before we left Camp Lejeune.
Well, before you disassembled them.
Yeah, oh, my Lord, they were good. Where we could get, I remember somebody had blown a right angle drive, a seal on a right angle drive. And I went to Aaron. Aaron was cutting the maintenance sauce. Found him. I said, Gunner, I need a final drive or either a seal for a final drive. He said, I haven't got one, can't get one. I said, good. I said, how come? He said, I just can't get one. He said, I think John Neal, he was battalion maintenance officer. Old Captain, he had been an airwig before. He didn't know an Amtrak from a damn billy goat, but didn't give a damn. So he said, go up there and talk to Captain Neal, see if he'll give you one. So I went up there, and he was out in front of his tent on one of those little camp stools whittling. He said, what do you want, Sergeant? I said, I need a right angle drive or a seal, or one of the other. He said, Sergeant, if you're looking for sympathy, you can find it in the dictionary between shit and suicide. Yes. Walked on back out. Well, I knew good and well what was one in there because I'd been in the battalion, I'd been in the maintenance tent, and I saw one sitting over there on the damn shelf. So I went back down and I found the crew. Every night we'd have a movie then in one of the tents. In the mess tent, they'd clean out and everything and have a movie. But Captain Neal and his clerk slept in the maintenance tent. But I told him, I said, all right. I told the crew, there was a crew, the crew chief, driver, and me, whatever. I said, somebody watch the door to the tents. When both of them come in here, let me know. I was up front, but Stephen's Hills had to have a special section. I guess I'd been in there a couple of 3 nights, so somebody came to me and said they're both in. I said, all right, come on. I said, now I'm going with you. I said, hell, I'll be the one to get in trouble, not one of y'all. We got on up, got all three of them. We went on up out of the maintenance tent, slipped in, and I told him in the meantime, I said, hold that right angle drive and clean it out. Put it out. Get it good and clean with gas. No grease, no nothing on it. Set it down the ramp. So it pulled it out and had it. I said, go by there and get that right angle drive. We got on up there to the maintenance tent, got inside, got that right angle, got the new one out, stuck that other one into place. Went back down, and the following morning early, we started back to work on the tractor and had the right angle drive in there before 9 o'clock in the morning. Happened to see Aaron. He said, how many tractors have you got online? I said, all 12 of them. He said, what'd you do with a right angle drive? I said, I improvised.
Well, you'll remember this from Heartbreak Ridge. Adapt, improvise, overcome.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, Pop. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't know all this.
But I believe Aaron was stationed in Hawaii. So, forgotten whether we were living down here, still in Wilson. And I got a little letter from him. He said, it's a good thing that you got out when you did. Said you would have never made it. Now, said, with all the bullshit that's going on. He said, the only thing I'm trying to do is bide my time and bite my tongue and not say anything. I just want to get my time in and get the hell out.
That's fucked up. Okay, keep me going. So where are we? We're at...
Well, one thing, Clem Carl, a retired sergeant major, well, at least Clem made first lieutenant in Vietnam. He made tech sergeant, maybe a month after PBM Brown and I made staff. All three of us were just like that. Old House Bay in the career too. But anyway, Captain Hamlet said 4th platoon, PB and Carl had 4th platoon. When just like I said, our platoon was in fine shape. All our tractors were in good shape, and every damn thing was fine. So I found out that Clem Carl and PB were going to take the 4th platoon and go to Tejon. That they weren't going, that they were just going to take the personnel and go. Their job was to be to expedite train traffic of all Marine Corps stuff going through. The Army was holding off on a whole lot of stuff that they were getting there, and the Marines weren't getting through. Well, I don't know what the hell they figured one tech sergeant and 2 staff sergeants were going to do with high-priced brass. But anyway, I went in there and then asked Captain Hamlet. I said, how about let me go with Carl and PB. I said, my tractors don't need me here. Hell, everything's fine. He said, all right, you can go. But he said, I'm going to send PB and Carl out with half the platoon tomorrow morning on the train. You go tomorrow afternoon. They were going one way on the train from Mesa to Tejon. I was supposed to go the other way. Well, hell, we were all kind of skittish because when we had one son, Charlie Company had been providing train guards, guarding stuff going north, and they got shot up in an ambush one night and lost a good friend of mine, Staff Sergeant Wells, and Lieutenant Anderson, and a couple of 3 more men got killed. So everybody's kind of skittish. In fact, Mr. Tidwell had told me, he said, I'm going to get you a medal. I said, the hell with a damn medal. I said, I came over here with a certain amount of holes in my body. In order to get a medal, you got to have some more holes put in your damn body, and I don't want no more damn holes put in my body. So he went to Captain Hamlet and told Captain Hamlet he wanted to volunteer for a train detail. Captain Hamlet told him in no uncertain terms. He said, when battalion tells us to furnish a platoon to ride trains, we will do it. But until battalion tells us to ride trains, we will not do it. But anyway, I'm going to train, when we've gone up in and drawn enough rations for a couple of days, let's see, the platoon had 12 tractors, 3 men to the tractor, the section lead. We had about 40 men in the platoon. Well, I had about 15 or 20 that we went with me. When we got on the train late that afternoon, it was colder than 40 damn hell. Every one of the windows had been busted out of that damn car, you know, where it had burned them and stuff. The seats had burned all them for fire. Didn't have no damn heat. The damn train would stop at every pig pan going up. Didn't nobody feel really safe. But anyway, we drawn enough rations to take care of the next day. Well, shit, we rode train all the next day, plus that night, plus the next day, and it was the following night when we got into Tejon, about dark. And it was spitting rain and sleeting and snowing.
Jesus.
We've been in those damn cars there with that soot and smoke mess blowing all back on us, cruddier than a damn anything in the world. Hadn't had anything to eat because we'd been given out of our rations and everything. And it must have been about 6 o'clock at night. Anyway, we're going down the street there at Tejon, and there was a building that the Army had comshawed, and they turned it into a mess hall. The messmen women in there cleaned it up, had sheets across the damn table, china and all stuff for the mess. We'd been eating out of mess kits and sea rations since we got over shit. So I said, y'all stay out here, man. So I went inside and asked one of the messmen. I said, have y'all got anything to eat? There's about 15 or 20 of us. We haven't had anything to eat since last night. I said, go on back in there and talk to the mess sergeant. So I went on back in there and I talked to him, introduced myself and everything. Told him what I wanted. He said, is everybody as cruddy as you are? I said, yep. He said, but damn if I'm gonna feed you in my mess hall. He said, hold on a minute, I'll call the first sergeant. Called the first sergeant. And he said, I've got about 15 or 20 Marines here. They're the cruddiest bunch of people I have ever seen in my life. Now I'm gonna feed them if you can get some way to clean them up. But they ain't coming in here. So first sergeant said, send them on up here. So I went on up there and he asked me how many did I have, and I told him. He said, all right, go on over there to quartermaster, get you complete, because everybody was Army and Marines all wearing the same, the only damn thing the Marines were wearing the emblem on their damn cap. But we're all wearing the same uniform. Said, go on over there and get a complete issue of clothes, everything. Well, we had our sea bags with us, we could have gotten stuff out of that. But said, go on over there and draw you a complete issue. Told us where we could bunk and everything. Go over there and have a shower, put on clean clothes, and leave your old ones, leave your dirty ones out there. We'd get those laundered and then go back down and mess hall. Got in there and hell, they had bunks with mattresses. We hadn't had a damn thing but a cot. That was it. The mattress and every damn thing. Hell, fire, man. We went in and took nice hot showers and put on clean uniforms, went back down there and ate. The next morning we were cleaned all up. We went and found Carl and PB with the rest of them. They were dirtier than shit, eating sea rations, and there we were, been eating like a damn king.
Showered and rested.
Yeah. But we didn't. I think we stayed there about a month. We didn't even have to steal a Jeep. We could go back to the Army and get one anytime we wanted. Right? Went over there one day, checked out a shotgun, and got a Jeep. Got one of the other fellas, and we went maybe 4 or 5 miles out of Tejon, and we could look over there, down through a valley and up on the next hill. It was some kind of shelled out building. Oh, it had a roof and everything. You could see the steam rising from the snow and everything still on the ground. I said, let's ride over there and see what that is. So we rode over there, and it was one of those hot spring baths. Evidently the Japanese had built it when they were occupying Korea. The prettiest tile work you have ever seen in your life. The roof of it was gone. And they had one tub thing as big as this room. And then they had a lot of little, maybe some little smaller tubs about 2 or 3 times larger than a bathroom, and every one of them different kind of heat. Some of them were damn near scald you in. Then we stripped off and got in one of those medium tubes, and that nice warm water, it's snowing like hell.
You're in Pyongyang now? Where are you?
I'm in Tayshaw.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we got orders one afternoon, was still up there. They had 4 bulldozers on the railroad side that they wanted moved up to a engineer outfit north of Hoingsong. So Carl and PB and I were picked up another fellow to go with us. We went over and to the side and unloaded those bulldozers off those flat cars. We went down the road maybe about a mile, and it was long before dark. We pulled up in a farmyard, and there was a barn there, and we went in there and got a bunch of rice straw, put it underneath those doses, put our sleeping bags under there and went to sleep. That was the only night I ever slept on the ground in Korea, was that one night. We woke up the next morning about day, and the things didn't look exactly right. Hell, when I started crawling out, there was snow about that damn deep. And I slept just as warm as anything in the world.
Wow. Let's see. So first off, catch us up. What year are we now? This is
51.
51. And you've been in Korea for a year yet?
No, that was in there. Well, we left. I left Mason for Valentine's Day. So it must have been maybe the 1st of March, or maybe it might not even been the 1st of March.
Wow. Okay, keep going, Pop. I'm loving it.
But it was snowing. It was snowing like hell. But we took those dozers up there, and somebody had set up tent and mess. They told us which tent to take. Mess. We got in there, and it was in the middle of a damn rice paddy. And the ground was frozen when they set it up. Well, you know what it was, everything, the heat and everything got in there. Shit. But the next morning, I got a message that my orders had been cut for me to come back to Mason. So I flew out of there, wherever it was we were. It was an airfield close by. I flew from there down to Busan with a Greek pilot on the C-46. And that's something which is crazy. It was just him sitting there by himself. We flew from there to Busan. I spent that night, then flew to Busan and hitchhiked back to Mason the next day.
With this military transport, I understand.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, I'm loving this still.
But everywhere we would go, we would carry our whole, because when we left Kobe, Japan, we packed everything in our sea bags. All of our khakis, greens, every damn thing we owned except dungarees, utilities. That's what we had with us.
And so everywhere you were moved, you went with that.
You had to carry your sea bag with
A
you.
little side trip here. Whatever happened to your sea bag? You know?
They were still in Kobe when I got back into Kobe, the warehouse.
We actually, this is way down the road, but whenever you discharged, whatever happened to it?
I don't know.
No?
I came home at night and it was ahead of me because I'd already shipped it when we got into San Diego. So it was there, and I went in the house and dumped it out. And I don't remember what in the world happened to that sea bag. Got no idea what happened to it.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I had a couple of those I sent back to Korea, and again, we're sidetracking here, but I've got so much shit. I've got either 1 or 2 of those Foot Lockers upstairs in my house.
Good Lord.
God knows what's in there.
But
okay, yeah, please keep going.
But hell, I enjoyed. Well, you know, I tell you what, just like I said earlier, I couldn't have picked a better time to have gone in, because I didn't get it on my own.
Yeah.
Because I had somebody up above me pulling me and somebody pushing. Just like I told Aaron, I said, you and Ed Friston saw something in me that I'd never seen myself, and you pushed me and shoved me.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to know how to be pushed and shoved,
Yeah.
Pop. So don't give them all the credit, please. Jake, wait. All right, so keep going then. So you're back at.
Going back to Mason, and then the morning I was supposed to leave, I flipped a coin.
Leave where?
To leave Mason, go into Tucson to catch the ship. I flipped a coin to see whether I was going to extend or get them tap those orders or
Really?
go home. Yeah.
And heads or tails?
I came home.
Was it heads or tails?
I don't remember what it was, but anyway, I came home, whatever it was.
You flipped a coin to decide whether to stay in Korea or not.
Yeah.
And much longer did the conflict go? The Korean conflict, or Korean War?
Oh my Lord, that was in '51, and hell, when the war, they more or less signed some kind of agreement in '53.
53, yeah.
But Amtrak started coming on home. Our original one started coming home I'd say within a couple of months after I left.
Yeah, so.
Over there. So they were back by Christmas or whatever.
Oh, tell me about your redeployment at home. What do you remember?
I got home.
Now, before you get home, how about you left? I mean, forget all the admin
I went to
bullshit.
San Diego.
You went to San Diego
Yeah.
for out processing?
Out processing. Didn't do a damn thing then. Done nothing. Just hung around, just waiting.
Really? Wow. Tell me everything.
But, well, I don't know what the hell happened then, because I had a beautiful Russian Gigant rifle, that 7.62, and I bought a Colt Combat Masterpiece 38. But we couldn't have them on board the ship. We had to store them down in the hold. I never did find out what the hell happened to my pistol and my rifle.
Yeah, somebody
stole
requisitioned it.
Yeah, requisitioned it.
Well, tell me about coming home.
Got home, well.
How did you come home from San Diego? Train?
Flew.
Flew?
And one of those puddle jumpers.
That's a big puddle from San Diego to North Carolina.
Huh?
That's a big puddle from San Diego to North Carolina.
But hell, you missed them out of a few hours now. Hell, I left San Diego one afternoon about 5 o'clock, and it was about 3 the next afternoon before I got to Raleigh, Durham. Because we'd started, where the hell did we change? We changed.
St. Louis, maybe? That's too far?
It seemed like to me we changed in Memphis or somewhere or another. I've forgotten where. But anyway, remember that big well, I've seen it on television. Air Force has got a area out there in Arizona, Phoenix 1. Arizona, New Mexico. I've forgotten how many square miles from airplanes.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, just people stacked in there just as tight as they could get them.
And you flew into there?
You flew into there. And then came on home, and I hadn't been home. I don't know, and I don't reckon it was over an hour when Robert called.
No, before you you skipped a bunch of stuff. You came into the airport. Who met? Were you in civvies at that point?
No, hell, I didn't have no civvies.
Oh, right.
I didn't have greens.
This is a very important, Pop. So, who met you at the airport?
Greens.
Who met you at the airport?
Mom and Dad driving my car.
Yeah. The same old metallic blue one.
It was paid for then, because when I bought that car, I went in the office and I had a $70 allotment made out and going to Mom.
Out of 90, after 90, but
I'm
now.
gonna make it. But the thing about it is, I go home every weekend if I didn't have CQ or staff duty one, and I'd get me 4 or 5 riders to Raleigh or Durham, one at $5 a clip. And hell, that gave me all the damn spending money I wanted. Hell,
Yeah.
didn't want no more money than that.
And then by the time you were getting out, what were you making a month?
Let's see, in Korea, I believe I was making 125. I believe staff was making 115. Then I don't remember. It won't too much about what I was making.
You're right. A month.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so you came home in a paid-for new car.
And then traded it.
What?
I traded it.
Why would you?
Traded it for a black 51 Mercury.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Enough said. You give your left nut to have either one of them.
Yeah. But Robert called. I hadn't been home long, maybe an hour.
Now hold on. Let's talk about a little electronics here. What kind of phone? Is it the separate kind?
The dial phone.
Dial, like probably the same one Beppy had when I was there. Was it really?
One, yeah.
What? No,
Yeah,
not for 20, 30 years.
Yeah, but hell yeah. Robert called and asked, "Have you got a job?" I said, "Hell no, I haven't got a job." He said, "Do you want one?" I've forgotten what day of the week that was. It was August. Well, let's see. I was discharged August 22nd, 51, and forgotten what day of the week was. Anyway, he said, "Come on up to the factory the next day or a couple of days later, whatever it was."
What factory?
Oh, Licket Miles over at Stanley. I went on over and Robert was in there and Mr. Ben Upston. Mr. Ben Upston was superintendent of the Stanley, and Robert was assistant superintendent. Hired me right then, just for the green season. That's the foreman, when the green tobacco was coming in, working from 3 to midnight.
Well, getting paid what an hour?
$50 a week straight time, but I got overtime too. Well, hell, man, that was money, boy. Man.
Oh yeah. Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep going.
But
And this is Liggett Meyer in Durham.
yeah.
Well, see, you know what street was that on?
Morgan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still there. Still there.
But hell, I didn't know no damn difference. Hell, I'd been staff in sales. Hell, with lunchtime, if I didn't want to go to the best all and eat lunch, I'd go to the staff club and drink beer and eat a sandwich. Hell, I'd go to the Little Acre every night for supper. Hell, I'd go over there and eat barbecue and drink beer.
Where?
The Little Acre, the barbecue place there in Durham.
I've never heard of Little Acre, huh? Never heard of it. Where was it? It was right near there?
Oh, maybe a mile or so.
Oh, you drove though.
Drove,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I'd go in.
And then you did from 4 to midnight?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I believe it was 3 to midnight, but we had an hour for supper.
And what'd you do? What was your job?
Foreman.
But doing what? Just watching the people?
What processing the tobacco, coming in the green tobacco, where it was coming in hogs and put it through those knives and cut the stem end off and everything, and then it could go to the over there to the tobacco side and get all that done.
Stop that. It's probably air.